Hi everybody, my name is Megan. I am your instructor for Drawing 1. Okay, so if you've already logged into Canvas, you might have watched a intro video already that is not from this semester. So I just wanted to come in and update that video and welcome you to class. Okay, so we're going to look at this on Canvas. This is an online class, so everything is predominantly done through Canvas. We're going to go over kind of how the class is organized and a couple of the early assignments, and then I'm going to go over the syllabus with you. Okay? So first things first, when you are navigating this class, please navigate via the home page or via modules. I do not want you to navigate by assignments. The reason being, if you do it that way, you're going to miss all the instructions and important information and then turn in something wrong and then be upset when you have to do it again. So just navigate by the modules and you'll be totally fine. At the top of each module, you'll have an area that tells you about what's happening in this, in the rest of the module. So when you click on these pages at the top, they'll have information about the module and what we're doing in it. Oftentimes you will have a lecture video to start off each unit, which you can watch. Lecture slides are always provided here. Occasionally you have assignments that refer to reading pages. There's no textbook for this class, but I do pull information from a variety of books and then I just stick them here for you as PDFs. Okay, I'll also have a breakdown of the exercises, and oftentimes there'll be other little videos under each exercise explaining exactly what you do for that exercise. So lots of videos of me telling you things. My hair looks different in a lot of the videos. I change my hair a lot. At the moment my hair is blonde, sometimes it's dark brown, sometimes it's blue, sometimes it's purple, sometimes it's pink. So do not be confused, it's all me. I just change my hair a lot. Okay, so that's how all of the modules work. You have a page that tells you about what's happening. Sometimes you have an extra page lower down with further instructions about a particular assignment. You want to click on those before you get into the assignments that occur after it, okay? Because there are things like additional demonstrations and lectures and examples of what I want you to do. If you don't look at all of this information, you're not going to be able to do the assignments. So just make sure that you always navigate via the modules, which is set as your home page, and make sure that if you're going to do an exercise like these, you look at the page that happens before the exercise, before you do that. Okay, so that's pretty much true. That's true throughout. There's always going to be a page explaining things to you. There's different kinds of assignments in this class. The first kind is occasionally you're going to have discussions. When you see this icon, it means that it's a discussion. For example, your first assignment of the semester is your introduction. For the introduction, obviously this date is wrong, I will change that. When I teach this, I copy it semester to semester and then change all the dates and stuff. So when you do your introduction, you're going to sign in here and go to introductions, and you're going to tell me and your peers some information about yourself. First of all, your name. So I'll use myself as an example. My name is Megan. Especially if your name is different than how it appears on Canvas, like you go by an abbreviated like nickname, or you go by a middle name or something like that, just let us know. Your pronouns, I use she, her pronouns. I also do not mind they, them pronouns. What are you studying? For a lot of you, you're probably doing a transfer degree or general studies. That's fine, tell us that. Maybe tell us what you think you're going to do after you transfer, if you're doing a transfer degree, or where you're going to go. If you don't know, that's totally fine too. Why are you in this class? I'm delighted that you're here, of course, but one of the things that I think is interesting is every semester I have a good chunk of the students in my classes that are taking them for the humanities credit, which is totally fine. I'm delighted to have you here. But why my class? Why drawing? Why is drawing the thing that you decided to do for your humanities credit instead of, say, world religion or theater or something? And it can just be that you like drawing. It can be that you've always been interested in learning to draw or improve your drawing skills. Or it can just be, this is what fit my schedule. So just let me know why you're here, because that's always an interesting thing for me. Where are you from? If you're from Springfield, what high school did you go to? I am originally from Springfield, and I went to Glendale. I lived in California for a while, where I went to graduate school at California College of the Arts in San Francisco, but I'm back here now. Let's see, do you have any favorite visual artists? So one of my favorite visual artists is Helen Frankenthaler, for example. Here's Helen Frankenthaler. If you don't have a favorite visual artist, that's okay, no worries. If you do, share that information with me, or maybe a style of art that you really like. And then what's some music that you really like? What's a musician or band that you like a lot? So I think on here I have Fiona Apple and Childish Gambino. I like lots of different kinds of music, but just kind of give us something that you're listening to lately that you're into. Okay, so tell us this information. If you have pets and you want to tell us about your pets, a lot of people like that, you can totally do that. Here are my kitties. I also have a dog. I should add a picture of the dog on here, but here are the kitty cats. And so that's part one, is you'll tell us these things about yourself. Part two is you're going to go on a kind of little scavenger hunt, read what your peers post, and find someone you have something in common with. Do you like the same music? Did you go to the same high school? Are you doing the same transfer degree path? Whatever it is, find someone, then comment on it and make the connection, okay? And that's how you get the points for this first assignment. Okay. One of the other earlier assignments that people sometimes think is silly, but I'm 100% serious, is show me your sharpened pencils. You're going to learn how to sharpen pencils for drawing. Okay, so the video for this is right here, sharpening and gripping. So you're going to click here and watch a video of this great instructor named Leonardo, who I like. Most of the videos that you watch this semester for this class will be me. This is one of the only times I use someone else's video, but I just think he does a great job, is this great Italian guy named Leonardo. So you're going to watch him to learn how to properly sharpen your pencils actually, and then you're going to sharpen them correctly, and you're going to take a selfie with your sharpened pencil and your ID. This is actually your proctored event. I'll put ID in here, and that way I just see that you're you, that you sharpen the pencil, and I can see your ID card saying who you are, and that is your proctored event for the class. Okay, so those are our very, very first things. And then after you watch this lecture and kind of get into Unit 1, your first exercise is a self-portrait. And I know what you're thinking, oh my God, why are we doing a self-portrait on the first day? I am not ready for this. That's the idea. So by doing a quick self-portrait on the first day, it gives you kind of a benchmark. So as you move through the semester, we do a self-portrait much later in the semester, and you can compare and see how far you've come. It also gives me an idea of your skill level. So the only people who will see this are you and me. You don't have to share it with the class, but go ahead and get that done. Okay. Now, let's go to the course syllabus. So, in our course syllabus, this is an online asynchronous class, meaning we don't meet in person or via Zoom. We only connect through Canvas unless you set up a meeting with me during my office hours. You need to communicate with me via my OTC email with your OTC email, okay? The reason for that is because of what are called FERPA regulations. These are federal regulations that protect your privacy as a student. So if you're asking me about your grade or you're standing in the class or something, I legally can't talk to you about it unless you're in person with me, like talking to me face to face, or you email me from your OTC email to my OTC email. That is just the rules. I know that not all teachers do that, but I try to be all legal and stuff. Okay, office hours. I'm in my office on the Springfield campus from 12:30 to 2:30 or 3:30 Tuesdays and Thursdays. Give me a heads up if you're going to stop by, but I'm generally here at those times. I'm in Norman K. Myers. My office is 130B. When you email me, please do not spell my name incorrectly. I know my name is spelled strangely. My parents did that, but I really don't like it when people spell my name wrong. So take the time to spell my name correctly. You can call me Megan. If that makes you uncomfortable, that's fine. You can call me Ms. Rosen or Instructor Rosen, Professor Rosen, whatever. But you can totally call me Megan. I don't care. We're all adults. Materials. There is a material kit for this class available in the OTC bookstore. You need to get those materials. As you go through this semester, you'll see we have discussions, which we talked about. We also have exercises and projects. Exercises, unless otherwise noted, are always on the small drawing pad, the small sketchbook in your kit. Projects are always on the big paper, the big sketchbook in your kit. So you need both kinds of paper. There's lots of different kinds of pencils, charcoal, and ink, all of which we use this semester. objectives and outcomes and all this, you can read that. You all know how to read. Grading, this is the other thing people often want to see. So like I said, we have exercises and projects. Exercises are worth 10 points each unless otherwise noted. So 240 points this semester are from exercises. So even though they're only worth 10 points, those add up pretty quickly. You want to make sure you do those. Projects are worth more because they're generally not just on the bigger paper, but a little more involved. They're worth 30 points each. That's 210 points. Your final project is worth 60 points. And then participation is 150 points. And that comes from discussion posts. It also comes from just logging into Canvas and checking in and keeping up with everything. Okay. Everything must be turned in via Canvas to count towards your grade. It's kind of easy in an online class. I have all my seated classes turn everything in via Canvas as well, which sometimes is confusing to them, so I always emphasize that. If you think I've graded something wrong or something is going on weird or wrong in the class, please contact me. I try to be really approachable and accessible. I'm good at replying to email quickly. So please contact me first. If that doesn't solve the issue and you think there's still an issue, I put my supervisor's info right here. That's my department chair, Kat Alley. Her email and office phone number are here. If that still doesn't work for you, the general education dean, who's kind of another step up the ladder, is Dr. Drew Aberly, and his information is right here. Attendance. I know in an online class, attendance is kind of confusing. You have to keep up with this class regularly. You do have due dates. You also, if you just aren't logging into Canvas, aren't turning stuff in regularly, and you don't log into Canvas and check the class or turn things in for 14 consecutive days, you can be administratively withdrawn from the class, just like in a seated class if you don't show up for 14 consecutive days. I will get an email from Dr. O'Connor, who's kind of the guru of all things attendance, and it will say so-and-so has not been attending your online class, and they will be withdrawn. Okay, so just make sure, we can see how often you click and where you log in and where you look on Canvas, so just make sure you're keeping up with the class and you'll be fine. Administrative withdrawn information is here if you want to read more about that. DSS. OTC, I've taught several places, and I think OTC has the best student services of anywhere I've ever taught. I think they're really fantastic. Our disability support services are fabulous. If you need help with anything, contact them and they can help you out or point you to the correct resource. We also have all these other great resources for students. As I said, I think OTC has the best student resources of anywhere I've taught. If you have a problem going on, even if it's something outside of school, there is probably someone at OTC who can help you with that. So all of these resources are linked here. Please don't be shy about this. Feel free to reach out to any of these people that you might need. If you aren't sure where to start, you can email me and I will help kind of refer you to the right person. Okay, I didn't put the schedule in the syllabus this semester. I usually do, but this time I'm trying out just having it in Canvas. I'm going to see how it works. So in Canvas, you'll have your to-do list populate here that will pop up with when you're supposed to look at lecture information and also like when assignments are due. You can also click calendar view, and this view will pop up and show you when everything is due, like on a calendar. Okay. If you have questions about when anything is due or what's coming up or anything, feel free to email me. I'm happy to give you any information you might be missing. Okay. I think that's all the things. So in this, we have a lot of assignments. We have a lot of exercises, we have discussion posts, and we have projects. It seems like a lot of things. You need to work on this for the amount of time that you would if it were a seated class. So as a seated class, it meets 6 hours a week, which is a lot. And if you're in the seated class, generally you get everything I assign done in class, except some projects you have to work on outside of class a little bit. So just make sure that you're devoting enough time to be successful in this class, and try not to get behind. If you get behind, it can be a little overwhelming. If you're missing an assignment, if you need more time on something, email me. I'm really flexible. I want you to succeed in this class, and I generally do everything I can to support my students. Okay, I'm excited to get to know you this semester, and I hope you have a great first day.